Good morning. So let me try to articulate a little bit more since it is later in the morning. So to return to the subject of behavior, human behavior, and the positive and negative aspects of all of our behavior. So when I address such things in my discussions, it's under the assumption that we all share those characteristics, all of us, okay? I have to let Weenie in. Weenie, get your ass in there. Go on, go. And so there's never any disrespect meant in regard to individuals that I mentioned, because it's just the fact that we're basically all the same. In regard to good and bad, so there's objective good and bad, and subjective good and bad. And I look at the subjective good and bad as kind of subconscious, things you do subconsciously, and a lot of times under time constraint. In other words, it's just what you do spontaneously and you follow your nature. And you may live to regret that and or not. And the thing with that is that in regard to not admitting when you do something negative, are you hiding it from yourself? Or are you hiding it from others, right? And so that seems to be the real issue, that you don't address these things and the people that you've hurt in the process. And of course you've hurt yourself big time. So basically that's what I'm getting at, all right? And the other main point when I refer to these things is empathy. The point of bringing these things up is to have empathy for each other and empathy for ourselves. And that is not done through equating. Okay, equating means, weighing someone's good and bad shit, right, with your good and bad shit, or others' good and bad shit. And that's not the point with empathy. Empathy is based on understanding that we all share the traits. And so that's what I'm after, is sharing the idea that we should empathize with each other, all right? And that we're all human. So that's really the main point. Now, I'm going to be having a podcast dialogue with James Bishop, who is the author of Who Really Wrote the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, which is going to be fascinating. The book is fascinating. It's excellent, and it answers so many unanswered questions that we've all had all these years about the book and about Bruce Lee's mentality and the people that surrounded him, his loved ones and his handlers and so forth. And so we're going to be discussing those type of topics. He's a psychotherapist, and so he would know. And I really look forward to that. And I think I invite you to listen in on that as well. It should be really good. So it brings me to my final point, which is narcissism. So when people don't admit their faults and the bad things that they did, and come clean to the people that they harmed and apologize to them, well, that's clearly narcissism, all right? And so, again, all of us share these traits of narcissism as well, to varying degrees, right? Can you agree with that? Now, can you admit that? I admit it. Look at me. I'm fucking doing videos and shit. That's narcissistic as shit. Okay, so Big Boss Jungle VIP signing out from the crib.